head coach Hank Plona. Coach will open us up with a statement, and then we'll jump into questions.
Obviously, a very satisfying win tonight. I think sometimes when you get a win like we had on Saturday at Liberty, everybody, I think all week, I heard how great we were playing and how we should just win these games now and things like that. And I think as coaches and players, you know that is the farthest thing from the truth, that every game is a challenge in its own way. So I thought we did a good job at continuing to probably build on our togetherness and the way that we're playing from Saturday. But obviously with the start of that game, we had a very intense focus and purpose to what we did, and definitely the best start we've gotten off to this year, and we're able to sustain that lead the rest of the game. So very proud of the approach we've taken this last month plus, to be honest with you. I know I've said it a couple times. The last month we've been building, and I know that maybe it didn't quite fully all the way show yet, but obviously these last two games we've certainly probably been our best two basketball games of the year, and we're not just going to continue to have success because of that. Hopefully we have a great practice tomorrow and a great effort on Saturday, but here in the meantime, very proud of the guys for how they've bonded together and how they've been playing, and hopefully we can keep moving in the right direction.
You said satisfying right away, too, with this one. Just considering the way the first one went against them, for your guys, did they kind of take that personally, and was it a little extra motivation that they were going to play a lot better against them this time?
I don't really know. We didn't watch the film from I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't even watch the film from the first game. Martin Cross suggested that I not put that film on, that it wouldn't help me prepare our current team for the best that we can do. So we're a far different group, but do I think that we probably respect who they are and what they're capable of because of that game? Yeah. I think we've gotten to the point where we know that every opponent in this league is a very good basketball team, regardless of what their record is. This league beats up on each other like nothing I've ever been a part of. So I think our players have earned. I think every other team has earned our guys' respect, and obviously it's humbling to go down there and be down 21-2 and to play catch up. We've been humbled a few times this year, and I think we've come out the other side. And doesn't mean we won't be humbled again. We need to continue to have a purpose and a focus. But it seemed that we didn't watch any of that film. We didn't bring any of that stuff up, but I would think in the back of our minds, I know certainly in the back of my mind, I knew that's a very formidable team, regardless of their record, and we certainly, I think, prepared and showed them a lot of respect and responded and played well tonight.
This is 2 straight games with 90-plus points. The offense has, been clicking. What's been said in the locker room that's gotten the offense going?
We've just gradually been trying to kind of improve for a while, I think. I think we were trying to get paint touches. We're trying to not just shoot off the bounce. When we had that lead that got to be 20 plus, there were some dribble jump shots tonight, and I would guess we were about 1 for 7 on them. We're really good when we drive and kick and make plays. We're really good when we attack. We're really good when we take an extra dribble and we drive and kind of turn it into a post up. Tegan and LJ Grant do that a little bit. That's successful when Terrion gets paint touches and makes the right play. So when we make plays for one another, good things tend to happen. When we kind of get dribble, pull up, in general, that's not the way basketball is played anymore, but we've been very inefficient when we do that. So we'll just try to continue to build on it, show them what we're doing successfully. Hey, at this point, I'm just showing them what it looks like when we're good and showing them what it looks like when we're not good. And obviously, we have enough guys that are making the right offensive, confident decisions that if you're going to play in a way that's a little bit different than what our team looks like, there probably won't be a spot on the floor. So these guys are buying into that, and I think the numbers and the efficiency we play with obviously is moving in the right direction, and very proud of the guys for choosing to do that.
Hank Myers has had another big game for you guys tonight, and he's got the great free throw streak going.
Don't talk about that. You're not going to ask me to talk about that.
I was just kind of throwing that as an aside.
Ryan,
his overall development, the three-point shooting, decision-making, defense, just if you could just talk about his game.
Yeah, he's been a very important player, and it's probably for Ryan and I personally, I was hesitant to go back down the road and recruit and sign a player for that I have a shared history with. I love Ryan to death, and our relationship for 2 years was not player coach. It was former player coach, which turns into something closer than just a player coach. And and after last year a little bit, there were some hesitations that I had as far as going down that road again, because I know what our relationship is and our trust level level is, but this is basketball, and this is not personal, and you have to do your job for the team, and Ryan's not, because I've known Ryan forever, he doesn't get treated any differently than anybody else. He has to perform, he has to do his job, and there's been some ups and downs, but man, Ryan is playing with an intent to win. This is Ryan's 6th year playing, and he had played at Iona for Rick Pitino for 2 years, played for me at Indian Hills for 1, and played at Western Illinois for 2. In those first 4 years, Ryan won a lot of games. Ryan played at Christ the King High School in New York for a great legendary coach, that wins a lot of games. Last year was the first year that Ryan ever didn't win, and so we kind of agreed, hey, this is going to be the same mentality we're used to, right? Like, we're whatever it takes to be successful. And as a 60-year college player that's 24 years old, man, that's a little bit unnormal. Like, it's a different world for these guys. Do you really want to do this again? Put the work that we shared 4 years ago. Do you want to do this again? Because you know this ain't going to be easy. This is going to be a year-long grind. And man, for Ryan to choose to buy into Western Kentucky and to our team, and obviously to our coaching staff, and to buy into being part of this team, whatever his role is, he's continued to get better throughout the year. He's shooting the ball very efficiently. I mean, he's guarding his tail off right now. He's kind of guarding the guys that he's got to chase all over the place. So it's a lot of work to do what Ryan's been doing. He can play some point guard when needed, but the ball's not sticking in his hands. Ryan's chosen to have be part of this team and have a real great season, and obviously because of that history, it is. I mean, I feel I'm so proud of him. I couldn't. He was his mom and his family was at the Delaware game last week when he kind of made those free throws, and I could just see how proud, happy he was to be able to have a game like that in front of his family. So no doubt that was a little bit of a super senior spiel for Ryan, who's going to walk on senior day here. I'm going to tell him, I'll give him a hard. It's probably definitely is more than his first senior day, but that's the world we're in right now. So he's had a great year, and man, I thought he played great tonight, and he's over this last month, him choosing to be a consistent winner, a consistent champion, which is, I know that's who Ryan is at his core. It certainly helped our team get better.
Coach, on the defensive side of the ball, you've talked about how you guys have had success these past couple games of extending out, guarding a little bit past the three-point line with that pressure. Again, today you held New Mexico to 5 made threes on the game. What has been so key to that adjustment and success?
Yeah, really just helping a little bit, pressuring a little bit. I mean, it just seemed like we were getting beat consistently with teams making three-point shots, and I had to figure out a little bit why we were losing our aggressiveness, and honestly, whether that's we were trying to complicate things too much, we were trying to do too much different switching and talking, I mean, we've just kind of, it helps that when you have a first-year team, which is what this is. I mean, Jack Blaze and Leroy played a little bit last year, but the rest of these guys were, you're figuring out what strength. We've figured out who's good guarding shooters, who can be elite help defenders, who can pressure out, who can protect the rim, like who can kind of guard who can be that kind of roamer type. I mean, it's man-to-man defense, but like it's very personnel-based, and we don't want to let teams. I mean, just pretty consistently when we were losing, three-point shots were a major problem. So they were 1 for 17 at halftime tonight, but man, I thought the first 10 to 12 minutes it was the guys that we wanted, and they were shooting uncomfortable shots. There weren't a lot that were just out of rhythm. We might have lost them once or twice in the second half when the score got a little carried away, and just a little bit of lack of discipline there. But obviously our results have been a lot better. We need to continue to defend without fouling, but obviously that is the downside to extending the pressure like we have, is that that you can get beat off the dribble, and you can. So we're trying to do as much as we can pressuring out without fouling. We obviously have to continue to improve. They were only 5 for 8 for the free throw line in the first half. I thought it was a big part of getting that lead. Obviously in the second half they became way more put their head down, attack the basket. So we got to clean that up a little bit.
You guys held Jamel Jones to 8 points. Just to kind of discuss the defensive effort against him.
Yeah, he was priority number one. I mean, obviously when them guys averages 17 or 18 and then 8, 9, and 11, so that's the Polish kid, Anthony, I don't know how to say that last name. There's not a lot of vowels in there. My dad's 100% Polish, so he'll be mad at me for that one. Okay. Number 8, Jalen Randall. Number 11, Elijah Elliott. Those guys all average about about 10 points a game. So kind of 21 was the focal point. That next group was next, and I thought that we obviously did a pretty good job. I mean, none of those, Randall had 3 made shots, the other guys all had 2 or 0. So did a really good job pressuring those guys. Jones, when they're successful, Jones has 24. You know, and his role has been increasing. His confidence has been increasing. We knew that we showed a bunch of clips of Jones. I don't think these are bad shots. These are shots that they want. Like, these are shots, and he's a great player. Like, he can make those difficult shots. So we just tried to kind of crowd him. You know, Grant Newell's been phenomenal. I mean, Grant was on him for a lot of the game. And when you put a 6'8", 6'9" guy that can move his feet on Jones, you know, we thought that might be successful. I mean, Grant can move like a guard, and we've, you know, and Grant's one of the guys that we kind of figured that he can guard these high volume scores pretty well, and he takes a lot of pride in doing it. So LJ did it a little bit, Ryan did it a little bit for sure, but I think putting Grant, you know, Grant's been a big part of limiting, you know, the other night with Brett Decker, who's averaged 17, Grant was on Decker for a lot of the game. So just having a valuable player that's able and willing and has the character and discipline to guard at a bigger size, guard some of those smaller guys, I think that's been pretty successful for us too.
In the last home game of the season against UTEP, you know, chasing for that, you know, second seed in the conference tournament.
I heard President Caboni's handing out free food and free sodas and all that. So man, we need to, you know, I mean, I don't know what students will be doing at 2 o'clock other than coming over to watch the Hilltoppers play their last game of the year. But man, I mean, we'd love to have a great crowd. We got obviously one more game here at Diddle. You know, obviously we've been playing pretty well. That's not a promise that we're going to play perfect on Saturday. But I know that the more energy in that building, the bigger crowd that we have, the more passion that our guys can feel, they really feed off of that. So obviously one more chance to play. Being a Hilltopper means a lot to these guys. We have 9 seniors that are walking. Obviously that's some seniors, some super seniors, some grads, and all that type of stuff. So we'll do a quick senior day, I think, before the game. You know, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, something like that, before the game, and obviously honor those guys. But it means the world to them. You know, to have Diddle be full. I thought the crowd has some great energy tonight. I thought they helped us at the end of the Middle Tennessee game for sure. So definitely hope for a great turnout on Saturday at 2. Obviously it's a very important game for us, and it would end our home season on a very high note if we were able to pull that out. So I'm looking forward to taking the floor Saturday at 2.
Terrion and Mello combined for 13 assists. I think 5 or 6 steals. Yeah, I mean, they might not show up in the scoring column tonight, but obviously a lot of winning type plays.
Yeah, I sure don't undervalue or underestimate the impact that they make. Those are the two. I mean, they have a feel, an intelligence, an IQ, a craftiness. Obviously, Mello has unbelievable athletic ability to be able to put himself in the positions to do it. Man, Terrion's birthday is today, so Terrion, that old man, figures out how to even though he's got two flat tires, two knees that have been through a lot. Man, Terrion's competitiveness, Terrion's will to win, there is not a player I would rather have on the floor in America than Terrion Murdix. I mean, again, when he got hurt earlier this year, it made things a little tough for us, but I made a very conscious decision, and I knew that there was some injury risk involved last spring and summer that Terrion Murdix was going to be our point guard. You know, there wasn't anybody else I told that could come in here and be a starting point guard. You know, Terrion Murdix to me is the real deal. He's the truth. He's the answer. He's done a lot of winning in his life, and I've learned that no matter what those stats show, winners win. And Terrion he's had a really incredible year, bouncing back, and I think he's playing his best basketball. And obviously, Mello does a great job. Mello is so able and willing to play the point and to be a lead-type point guard when needed. But shoot, sometimes Mello will go and basically play the 4. Like, Mello doesn't. I mean, Mello's he's kind of a modern-day do-it-all guard. You know, that, you know, if you guys watch the NBA, there's not a lot of traditional. Terrion's a traditional point guard. There's not a lot of those left. Mello's kind of what a new-age point guard to me is. But, man, he makes some great passes and is always, you know, has a full head of steam and his energy, and obviously is a great defender and rebounder as well. So those are kind of the two guys that we rely on to kind of anticipate and make plays that, man, you can't even imagine are coming, and I thought they did a great job tonight.
LJ got his first career double-double.
Man, I see that. He must have known that. He went for that offensive rebound late. Like, he must have known he had 9. I didn't realize that, but yep. No, LJ obviously has had 2 really good games. He was great at Liberty. He was great tonight. You know, when he plays with a purpose and a focus, you know, he's a very, very good player. So I thought he. I mean, that obviously that first group that was in the game got off to a great start, and LJ, I think, LJ's been an added physical scoring weapon here. You know, and LJ makes the right plays, and he's an unselfish player too. Obviously, is always guarding one of the team's best players. So he's gotten better and better, and you know, that's why our team's improving, because all these individual players seem to be kind of peaking right now, or at least temporarily playing their best. We're hoping they can continue and to build on this and have their next best game on Saturday.
Yeah, LJ looks like he's improved. Just his touch around the rim a little bit. It was like he's always been fearless, but he'd come in a little hard.
We're trying to get the guys to take a couple like extra. I thought we were picking the ball up too far, so we're picking the ball up almost at the elbows, and then they're not real layups. They're not really getting all the way there, and they're hoping for fouls. LJ's been doing a great job of taking a couple extra dribbles and getting closer to the rim before he explodes up into the shot, and that's how you get fouled. That's how you shoot more efficiently. So it's kind of something probably in the last 4 to 6 weeks we've really been consciously working on almost a daily basis, and I think he sees the results that when he's just a little bit more patient and rather than just go from the top and attack and play off a 1-foot man, he's been taking a couple extra dribbles, playing off 2 feet, using his big, strong body, and he's become a more efficient player.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.